Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. This is Chrissy T. I'm back with a recap of Baddies East. Before I get into the commentary, please check out this very short video, 37 seconds, on seizures.
First, carefully ease the person onto the floor or the ground and try to lay them on their side. Remove any clothing or any jewelry that could injure them or restrict their breathing. Clear the area around them and try to find something soft to put under their head. Don't try to hold the person down or try to stop their movements when they're seizing. Do not put anything in their mouth. Don't worry. It's not possible to actually swallow your tongue when you're seizing.
When you have a seizure, you have to stick your hand in their mouth and then hold their tongue down so they won't swallow their tongue, because that's exactly how he died.
Yeah, my dad,
So the episode starts with Smiley falling out of her chair and having what appears to be a full-blown seizure. If she's lying or if she's faking, so be it. I don't care. It doesn't give them the right to bully her throughout this show. And the same compassion House A showed Rollie when she disappeared from the group is the same compassion they should have showed Smiley. And if we're going to call anybody out on their lies, it should also be Rollie. Number one, she said that her dad passed away from a seizure. Lied. Just pure lies. When she was on the Real Chance of Love, she did mention her dad passing, but she never said he had a seizure. So she's lying. And once again, she's trying to make a situation about her. She always have to have the same situation as the next person. She's looking for a reason to bully Smiley. Not to mention, she's lied about biting Biggie on her forearm. How the hell can Biggie by herself? Rollie did that and she lied about it. So why does Rollie get a pass for lying and Smiley don't? Make it make sense. So Suki, with her boring self, is in the background talking about she faking. And NATALIE was pissed and she said, she's not faking. Who are y'all to decide if someone is faking? None of them have any medical background. And how did her faking the seizure affect them in any type of way? All these girls do is fight. Suki talking about she's upset because they wanted to go out and have fun and Smiley ruined it. Did you forget when y'all went go-kart racing? E.T. and Rollie was fighting. They ruined the fun. What was the energy at then? Once again, Suki is jumping on the bandwagon, getting hype over Smiley, but wanted no smoke with E.T. and Rollie when they ruined y'all fun. So Suki is so pissed that she says when she sees Smiley, she gonna smack her across the face. And Max said that Smiley is an actress and she knows for a fact that she was faking. Now, I would say this. When Smiley started having a seizure, snoring, crying out for her son, then snoring again, I did give her the side eye. But again, who am I to say she was faking? I don't know. And if she was, so what? I don't care. So NATALIE is telling the ladies that everything that happened with Smiley is very serious. And she said the insensitive comments coming from House B needs to stop. If Smiley was okay, I doubt if she would have been rushed to the emergency room. They felt it was real enough to rush her to the ER. So Sky seems to think that Smiley should be able to handle 4 shots. I can't. And she didn't have a shot glass. She had an 8-ounce cup. That was more than 4 shots. And then again, Smiley doesn't drink. So why was she drinking? I don't understand that. She doesn't drink. She made that clear. But in the first episode, she asked for a shot when her and after her and Mariah Lynn stopped fighting. So Smiley is definitely a liar. But whether or not the seizure is fake, I don't know. I believe something was going on with her and she was being a little too extra at the same time. We know she wasn't well. So I noticed that House B all thought she was lying. They showed no compassion. Sky showed some compassion to an extent, but her whole mood changed once she got in the presence of House A. So Camila is in her confessional saying Smiley doesn't care about her health and neither does she. Okay, girl. And Rollie doesn't care about her health. How are you going to have a BBL being obese like that? There's nothing wrong with being plus size, but to be obese and get a BBL, that is dangerous. So she don't care about her health either. And Rollie is not clinically obese. She is morbid obese, meaning she has this excess fat that can cause a heart attack because it's too much fat surrounding her heart. But she more concerned about a BBL than healthy weight loss. And then this heifer go and get a tummy tuck while being obese. It doesn't make sense. So moving on to Sapphire. Sapphire, from day one, you were an advocate for standing on business until it was time to stand on business. Suki, she's an op. And she should be treated as such. Handle her accordingly. She is an op. When Suki was going at it with E.T. and Rollie, Sapphire should have been side by side with her, but instead, you trying to be the peacemaker. You stood on the sideline scared. You couldn't do anything with Smiley, so we didn't expect for you to beat up Rollie or E.T. because you couldn't do anything with Smiley. But at least stand up for your friend. Be there. Even if it meant getting your ass whooped, so what? It's all about the principle. And when Sapphire was fighting Smiley, Suki was right there, but you couldn't stand on business. When all you talked about this entire season was standing on business, but you didn't. So now we see Smiley at the hospital, dazed and confused, and she did reveal that she suffers from epilepsy. So she's asking the doctors what happened and did someone beat her up? And then she kept asking for her son. The doctor said that Smiley had multiple seizures. He didn't say it looked like she was having a seizure. He said she had multiple seizures. But Smiley doesn't remember anything, but she remembers drinking Hennessy and having 7 shots. If I'm not mistaken, Smiley discharged herself from the hospital and refused treatment. So now I'm giving you the side eye. So the doctor says she had multiple seizures, but then again, she refusing treatment. Girl. So NATALIE lets them know that Suki has arrived and Bobby lights. So NATALIE tells them that House B is not being very supportive and sensitive to what happened to Smiley. So NATALIE knows herself that House B is fake because she made it a point to let Suki know that House B ain't even supporting their girl. They throw her under the bus saying she lying. If she is lying, you don't really know, but it's all about giving that compassion and sympathy. And they didn't have that. So everybody, House A, they're looking for Rollie because Rollie disappeared from the group. She walked away from the Smiley situation. She felt some type of way about Smiley because she thought Smiley was faking. I think she walked away because Smiley was getting all the attention that she craves. So Rollie says that she walked away because there's another person inside her. I believe it. As big as white as you are, I believe it. And she goes on to say that she walked away because she didn't want us to see that other person inside her. We've seen your true colors. We've seen your ugliness, Rollie. This ain't nothing new to us. You're not hiding anything. We see who you are. Because you've been ugly this entire season. So what are you trying to hide? So she said Smiley didn't look like she was having a seizure. And she said when a person is having a seizure, you have to stick your nasty, disease-infected finger in someone's mouth and hold down their tongue. Child, I can't. There's germs all on your finger, and then you're going to touch somebody's tongue. That's not accurate. She gave us false information. That's when I knew she lied. What I do admire is that in this scene, House A was very supportive of her because Rollie says she's dealing with depression, lies. She said her dad passed from a seizure, lies. But they were surrounding her, hugging her, embracing her, and showing that support that House B is missing. So I did admire that, even though she was lying. So in the next scene, NATALIE said production gives her an update and says Smiley is okay and she'll be joining them for dinner later at the restaurant. You know something? I think production made Smiley go to that restaurant. I believe Smiley wanted to go back to the house, but for some reason, production talked her into going to that restaurant. That's exactly what happened. So as House A and House B sit down to eat, production says as the cameras went down, NATALIE and Scotty had disagreement about food, who was served first or something like that. But per usual, NATALIE is bullying Scotty, her best friend. If that's her best friend, I would hate to see her enemies. So NATALIE is upset that Scotty had 2 plates of food. But why did it matter? Did it come out of your pocket? Did you pay for it? But why did it matter? So NATALIE said that Scotty then texted her and said, F you. NATALIE said that she's tired of getting played on her show. So she said, y'all come on, line up, grab Scotty and Smiley. So she's on the checking bitches rampage. So NATALIE is getting all crazy and belligerent over absolutely nothing. The fight between her and Scotty, I did not understand. I just think she was trying to pump up the amp. So then she shifts her focus over to Smiley. So now she's all in Smiley's face saying that Smiley is playing her on her show. But NATALIE, you got punked on your show by Taseki and Krishan. So why you want to get extra hype with your best friend and Smiley, who is like the weakest link? Make it make sense. When Taseki and Krishan was going at you, you would not come from behind that counter, girl. You was scared. You're really treating your best friend like an op. And you know what, Scotty, I don't feel sorry for you because this happens every season. You look stupid. Why are you continuing to be her best friend? She's using you. So in the midst of NATALIE and Scotty going back and forth, Scotty wouldn't protect herself. But then again, she was the main one telling Smiley, fight back when Sapphire and her was going at it. So in the midst of this, somehow Suki and Mariah Lynn get into it. So Suki says she heard Mariah Lynn saying that stuff is weird. And Suki said she should mind her business. But Suki, sweetheart, I'm confused because less than 10 minutes later, you call everybody weird too. I agree with you. They are weird, but I just didn't understand the beef with you and Mariah Lynn. In this scene, I did not understand. So Smiley finally walks in and NATALIE shifts her focus to her. And she said to Scotty, this ain't over. This ain't over. So Smiley has Taseki walk up in her face, telling her she's a meatball and why does she lie? She has NATALIE in her face, asking her, why did she lie? Why is she doing all this extra stuff? And then you have E.T. pouring a cup of water over this girl's head. When Suki saw that, honey, she stood up like a real baddie, 10 toes down, and obliterated the whole room, starting with NATALIE first. When I say she obliterated the whole damn room, that's exactly what she did. She said, y'all bitches are weird. She leaving, but before she leaves, she got to get her a shot. So after the water is poured over Smiley's head, she decides to leave, and she was sitting on the steps crying. Y'all, I cried with her. I don't give a damn if she faked a seizure. No one deserved to be bullied like that. That was disgusting. To pour a cup of water over this girl's head while she got 2 other broads in front of her yelling at her. That was an ambush and it was bullying. And Suki said she's against bullying and she showed it. But Smiley decided to leave. Okay, she has left the show. But in the confessional, I noticed she had her chain back. Did y'all see that? So Suki tells NATALIE she don't mess with them. She says she ain't with all this bullying and ganging up on people and stuff. So Suki says to E.T. that was corny for what she did. And E.T. said, oh, well, we know E.T. is a follower. She a follower. She trying to look good. She a follower, want camera time. But she says Suki is the one asking for some camera time. Well, Suki is well known. You not. She did this for her friend. That's the only reason she on this show, because she wanted to put her friend on, who is also her op now. She tried to put her on, and look what happened. So Suki is in the midst of checking E.T., okay? And Rollie decides to stand up and say, you ain't gonna talk to my friend like that, and you ain't gonna threaten her. So now E.T. arguing with 2 broads, not 1, but 2. And Sapphire was nowhere to be found, child. She let her friend get tag teamed by Rollie and E.T. She's in the middle trying to be the peacemaker. No, heifer, help your friend. She about to get beat down by 2 people. And you trying to break up something? No, you go pop Rollie in her face. And then you go hit E.T. in hers. In this episode, Suki truly stood up for what is right. She is the epitome of being a baddie. And on top of that, she is what it means to stand on business. So, y'all, that's the end of this episode. But wait, the next episode, we see Rollie and E.T. again gang up on Suki. And one of them threw a drink at her. And Suki tells her friend, Sapphire, go get that hoe. Sapphire didn't do nothing. She stood right there. Didn't do nothing. That is the end, y'all. Like the video. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe if you like it. Bye.